We are live. We are live.
We are here. Live. Oh, yes.
I hope there's more than like as soon as we go live, the number that shows up there is 0. I hope there's more than that. I've seen people talking, and I don't think any of them are zeros. Well, at least not publicly. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, they don't need to know we were talking about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. No, I did see before. I mean, we'll get to people in the chat later, but it was like reset occurred earlier. I guess Steve Att and Paul Hurt might have been talking have a serious conversation going, and Paul says, "Wow, brutal reset. Hello." Like, wow. And I saw it and I was like, what conversation they have going that they want to scroll back and keep reading it?
Probably very romantic.
I bet. Is that exactly? Send pictures, guys.
I've been wanting to say to you for so long, I think you'll really reset. Talk about a modern love story.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Oh,
that's awesome.
No, although they have been chatting away back and forth in the chat, and talking about the Amazon 3 for 2 deal at Prime on 4K discs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which someone on Twitter put it out, and word quickly spread, and I took advantage of that as well. So I'm looking forward to 3 arriving on Monday, if not before.
Oh, nice.
Including a disc of a film that I think was kind of seen to be the future, but has been forgotten. And I can't wait to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing the 4K version, but I'm not going to give it away. We'll do it when I've got it. But as I said, give it away now. But it is a film from, as I said, it was at one point deemed to be the future, but has been forgotten. And I'm really looking forward to talking about it. As I said, it's going to be great. Yeah. So, and apparently it's very, very good. So, yeah, but they're talking about Warfare. Warfare is one of the ones on the way.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully I'll enjoy it more the second time around. And then what was it? I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. And then also Peacemaker is the other one as well. You know, the George Clooney, Nicole Kidman movie. Remember that one?
Yes. I love that movie.
Yeah, I've got that coming. Yeah. Now it's out in 4K.
Really?
I think you've got the Kaleidescape version, if I remember.
I do. Let me see what it is on Kaleidescape.
So I'm really looking forward to rewatching that. And then
I've been so busy today. I didn't even see what came out already today. Megan 2.0 came out on Kaleidescape.
Okay.
Man, How to Train Your Dragon came out too.
Oh,
I love
assuming
that
the live
movie.
action one.
Yeah, I already have. I have the whole series. Otherwise,
yeah, I've got the 4K of the animated ones.
Oh, you know what else came out?
What was that?
The General's Daughter.
Oh, John Travolta.
From 1999. I liked that movie.
New Orleans movie. Yeah. No,
yeah.
It's decent. I always confuse that one with the Presidio. You know, the Mark Harmon, Meg Ryan, and Sean Connery thing as well. I always confuse those two. Don't know why. They're nowhere near close in terms of years, but I always do. And I've been to the Presidio in San Francisco, so I don't know why I get confused.
Presidio.
Yeah, it's Mark Harmon, I think, Meg Ryan, and Sean Connery. It's the one where he says, "I can kill you with my thumb."
Yeah, I always love that stuff. My dad told me a story when I was a little kid. I've told it on the show. He told me all these Vietnam stories and stuff in the training, and he told me, and they hand to hand they taught him later on I come to find out this is one of the ones that maybe he did embellish a little bit. I don't know, but he told me they taught him the one where you come in with hand to the nose, but no, the other one where you come up under the sternum and grab the heart.
Rip it out, show it to them.
No, you got to come in like he's like, you got to make your fists like this, and you come in like that and go up and then come down. And I was like, I go, how do you know you have it? And he's like, and this is to a little kid. He goes, you're not really feeling around. You're just ripping anything you can out of there. I was like, yeah, that'll do the trick. It was the hand to the nose too. The hand to the nose. Yeah. And I remember the first time I broke my nose, I was like, am I going to die?
No, fair play. No, gosh, no, it's but so looking forward to these discs anyway. These are going to be, as I said, one in particular, but all 3 will be good. I'll add them to the ever lengthening list of stuff to watch. Although I did watch earlier today, I don't know if we'll get to it tonight, probably will be next week, a movie that would go immediately onto my top 10 home theater experiences of the year.
Oh, really?
And Shane mentioned it months ago.
The Last of something.
Yes.
That's the hint. Yeah.
So Shane mentioned it. I hadn't seen it. That.
Oh, hey, I was going to see if they wanted to come in and say hi. We're on. Do you want to go on? Come and say hi. Now, you can't hear anybody, but you want to just say hi? Yeah. Say your name.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Victoria.
There you go. You don't have to. Do you want to say hi? That's okay. Just hold it down. The sleigh dancer is in my house. Now she's getting shy.
It's the first YouTube listener on the screen.
She has her own YouTube page, and now she's shy. You'll say, what's her real name? Tell everybody. Come here and tell everybody what your sister's name is.
My sister's name is Sophia.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's sleigh dancing. All right, you can close it. All right, thanks. All right.
Yeah.
Now Jen's home and I'm not watching.
Gracious.
I'm being the responsible one.
Yeah.
Hi, girls from Greg. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, Grandpa D in the house.
Oh, yeah. I knew that was coming out. Get the
shirt done with that on. We need that on here, Grandpa D.
Yeah, Grandpa D. Yeah. That's what the girls call me. Because, there's no other reason, right, Steve? No other reason. Don't say anything. But yeah, that's what they call me because Larissa's making fun of me because I'm old. And so they're like, all right, Grandpa, because you said, like, are you being good for the girls talked to Steve a little while ago before we got on the show. And he's like, you're being good for Uncle DJ. And they go, he's not Uncle DJ, he's Grandpa D. I was like, oh, Christ. That's going to be on the show now. And of course, you went right there. Thank you very much.
Hey, man. I'm nothing if not predictable. And don't like to, take the mickey.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So. Oh, man. No, they are very sweet. Fair play to them. Mm-hmm. And they're watching Demon Slayer or something, which is
it's metal. The new Netflix show, and I wanted to put them on the TV that's right out here, so I didn't want to lock them into the theater while I'm doing this, so I put it on this TV here, which has only got a Fire Stick on it, and I don't have Disney Plus in it because that's the TV Joe used to use. So it had Netflix, and the first thing that came up, I'm gonna try to look it up on.
It's not Demon Slayer.
No, it's not Demon Slayer. It's new. It's it's about a girl band. It's animated. And it, like I was telling you earlier, it's animated. It actually looks pretty good. It's PG. Something.
Yeah.
Not Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. Oh, is this it? The movie? Demon? Nope, that's not it. But it's just about some girl band or something.
Hunter Demon K-pop from Netflix.
There you go. Thanks, Dom. That's the one. Yeah, and it looks like it has a funny undertone to it, like the girl band going after the demon people, which is supposed to be, but then apparently, according to the trailer, the demon people inhabit the boy bands. So it's like now the boy band, and now they're like having dance-offs or something. I don't know. I just saw the trailer for it. I'm like, do you guys like this? And the two girls are like, yeah, that looks good. I'm like, perfect. Sit there and be quiet.
Delicious. Hey, Sophia, now you say hello.
Now she says hi. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that was me thinking they were watching something really metal. Fair play to them.
No, but
girls after my own heart.
K-pop Demon Hunters. Yep. Yeah, Jordan's got it. K-pop. Yeah. Dom said his kids love it. So, yeah, maybe I'll put that on in the theater for him later.
Yeah, when I saw Superman earlier this week, just because we're always talking about home theater etiquette. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, those on Twitter, check out John Thompson's very cool.
Oh my God!
On current theatrical exhibition, it's a fantastic article.
It is. It really is.
So having seen Superman earlier this week, and having made the mistake of wandering into a closed caption showing. Anyway, that was not the issue. The big issue was it's a 12A here, which means anyone under the age of 12 can go as long as they have a parent or guardian with them over the age of 17, I think it is. And this family brought in two kids that would be younger than Victoria. And so they were making an absolute, I'm sure Victoria wouldn't, but these kids did.
No.
And they were making an absolute racket throughout the entire film. They were shouting and screaming. Oh, it was chaos.
Yeah. So, I told you about the time I saw it was a Marvel movie or something. And they brought their kids in, and this was shortly after COVID. So it was still, everything was really quiet. And this lady brought her kids in, and one kid had blinky sneakers on and they were letting her just run around. And she ran across the front stage like all the time. And like, the reflection of the light on the screen, you're like, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, this is awful. And it's here's the thing. I don't want to say I don't blame the parent or the kid. I do. I blame the parent, but the ultimate responsibility is the management of the facility. And it's like, you're allowing this to happen. Somebody should go up to that person and be like, this isn't allowed here. You can't can you take your kid outside if you're going to do that? And they might be offended. They might, okay. But do you know how many other people are offended because then nobody did that? Now, granted, it was only like 6 other people, so who cares? But it's like, 6 other people are like, I'm not doing this again. And that was that article. I mean, John nailed it. And it's, and what really irritates me about all of this stuff, and I ran into this a place I used to work at, is I don't like that they're catering to the lowest common denominator. And they're, and I'm not demeaning people, but I'm saying like most people are very good. Most people are well behaved, but they're so desperate for the dollar that they won't tell the few people that are making it horrible for other people because they don't want to anger them. But we love going to the movies so much, so we'll put up with it. And I worked at a place that was like that, where they catered to the lowest worker in the building because they couldn't afford to get rid of them. But then if you don't reprimand people for doing something bad, you're screwed, because now all you're trying to do is look at what they're trying to do now. They're trying to incentivize stuff by giving you come to the theater and do this. So they want to give you extra stuff for doing the right thing. So it's, you know what I mean? Instead of punishing the bad thing, it's like, make it a great environment, make it this, or you know what? And I went through this in another place. Make it so expensive that people can't do that with their kids. I'm not paying that to go there. I will put the premium showing, like no kids, or like, this is the premium showing and you're going to pay $10 extra. Well, I'm not going to that one. Good. Don't. But guess what? There's no kids there. And then I saw one place did that. I saw one place did that once. And a woman, like a couple of moms, that's offensive. I'm never bringing my kids there. Well, that's the point.
Well, it worked. Yeah,
it worked. You get it. It's like they don't get it.
No, man. Well, the other thing, not only did they make all this racket during the film, they were sort of down at kind of in the middle, as it were. And as I walked past on the way out, you should have seen the state of what they left behind. I mean, I sent a text to a friend of mine. I said the word I used was disgusting, and I think that is fair. And as someone who used to be an usher in this theater that I went to many, many years ago, I would have been horrified, to the point where actually they probably would have had to have delayed the next showing to clean up the mess. It was everywhere. But there we go. Superman, parental responsibility. You're not who your parents make you.
No, you aren't. You're your own person. At the end of the day,
it's my humanity shining through.
Exactly.
There we go. Yeah. Greg says I would have quit working there during the chicken jockey era. Well, yeah, because then not only did you have to clear up the popcorn, you've got to catch the live chicken running around the showings as well, which would have been bad enough. I mean, that's like Rocky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But there we go.
Yeah,
anyway,
Rachel's saying, if only they would, DJ, but they want bums in the seats. Yeah. But they don't get, like John is saying, John Thompson's article. It's like they don't understand that they're killing their own product, because they're getting bums that they're getting butts in the seat that day, but the numbers are dwindling because all they're going to end up with is a couple of people there, and that's what's happening. And they think. I could go on forever about this. Like they think it's the quality of the movie. Oh, they're not making good enough movies. No, they are. There's no more or less good movies compared to what there used to be. And it's, some years obviously better than others, but don't blame it on the movies. They used to, as John said, the theaters and the studios used to work hand in hand to give you the best possible presentation. A la George Lucas. That's where he got his fame. He's demanded, if you're going to get the 70 millimeter cut, you have to have the correct setup in the theater. Okay. That's working hand in hand with the theaters, to show it properly. None of that goes on now. And or it doesn't seem it.
Well, even back to the days of Hitchcock, of course, who famously was gave them directives as to who would or wouldn't be allowed in, and when they were allowed in, and how it would be shown, and people should behave. But yeah, no, it's but like I said, anyone listening who hasn't seen that article on Twitter, then John at
I retweeted it.
Johnny,
let me see if I can pull it up. I'll put the link in.
Mm-hmm. I think it's at Johnny Focal. I think it is something like that. On Twitter.
Johnny Focal is his. Yep. Let me see.
As John would say if he were here, copy that down.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Yeah, if you here's my tweet. I'll just give. Yeah. So
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's a really good article, and he spent a long time on it. He's really thought hard about it, and an article written by the expert, not just an expert, on all of this stuff. So, yeah, well worth the read.
That's what I love about John. John and I, John and I have had a lot. I just put the link in the show notes. John and I have argued multiple times, and we don't see eye to eye on everything, but we can disagree and we can have a blast doing it. But we usually come back around. It's more of a point of view type thing, right? And and again, John and I argue about everything, not just theater stuff, home theater. But yeah, one of the things we've talked about is a lot of this stuff, and they're just not seeing it. They don't understand it. So it's too bad. It's too bad because they're losing people. Like most of our audience we're all people that love the theater so much. We're trying to duplicate it at home. And now people, like John says in the article, he's like, you can better a theater with a sound bar. How bad is that? It's awful. I love his writing too. He's like, I mean, the way he goes, he goes, this better production with a guy with a microphone and a Ring camera on YouTube. Oh God, better presentation. Yeah, exactly. I was like, is he talking to me? I don't have a ring. I don't have a ring light. Is he talking to me?
I do.
I know you do. No, the girls saw the studio, and Larissa literally just said that when she dropped him off. She's looking at the studio, and she goes, I never looked at it this close. She goes, I got a ring light at home. I started cracking up. I go, John just mentioned that light. So funny. All right.
Come on, then let's get party.
All right, let's get into the show. We'll talk about we'll talk more about where John is when we get there. But I almost hit end stream again. Not banners, not that. That's it. All right, we're getting going here. We are always. I hate it when I.
We are Brightside Home Theater.
Hey, home theater nerds, welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast. The Home Theater Podcast, it's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
I made sure he was on time today. He hit his mark. Which
is ironic.
Yeah. Exactly. He's late, but on time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. He's like a wizard. He's never late. He arrives precisely when he wants to be.
Precisely when he was supposed to be here. Yes. So John is potential, but something with work maybe. Fingers crossed. It's like good for him. He said he's going to drop in as soon as he can. He'll join us. But yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed, things go well for him there. And it's funny because fingers crossed, he's been saying all along, like, he's like, I don't know if I get a job. I don't know if I'll be able to do the show because the schedule and this. So, I mean, we all want him to get a job and work, but I don't want to lose him from the show.
It's a conflict of interest, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It really is. So get your money in, Patreon people.
Yeah.
Keep John on the show. Oh, let me get to that right away. 3 weeks. This would have been 3 weeks in a row. I dropped the ball. Gurinder bought us a box of popcorn.
Hey,
2 weeks ago, and last week I was mad at myself because I'd forgotten it the week before. So sorry, Gurinder, very, very sorry. And it's like I keep scrolling through. I'm like, I'm an idiot. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And yeah, people have been doing like, Johnny Speakers did it. Gurinder did it that same week, or the week after that, right after Johnny Speakers. So sorry about that, Gurinder, but thank you. That's a great way. And Rachel does a subscription through PayPal. So, she's doing $5 a month through PayPal for us. So if you don't like Patreon, which is fine, you can give as much as you want through, the other one. And if anybody's got an extra $1 million lying around, that could help.
Send a check. It's fine.
Send it. I'll take cash. Just put it in a box.
Shall we say hi to Ren in the chat? Because we've been
while
we're doing it, because the it's going kind of crazy, and I've seen some new names.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
So reset chat from here on. Steve At was reset. And we think possibly interrupting his bromance with Paul. We're not sure. But, there we go.
Virtual hugging going on.
No, well, I hope that's all it is. So hey, Steve. Hey, Paul. Sophia was in as well. Although Sophia got to say hi, in the flesh. So good on Sophia. So Paul did. Dom's in, having seen Warfare on 4K disc. I think that's one of the Amazon ones. So excellent. Saying it's good. Very good news. Mine will be here next week. So John Mensor is in as well. Hi, John. Jordan's in. Ovs. Hiya, Jordan. Captain AC3's in. Captain, my captain. TSG's in as well, who's had a similar experience to mine with Superman. Probably the same cinema, actually, just a day apart by the looks of it. So Dan Carpenter's in as well. So Danny Speakers. Greg's in as well. KENI, Kenny Home Theatre. Hasn't said if he's seen Jurassic World yet. Hopefully he has, and hopefully enjoyed it. A friend of mine hated it. And took his 2 young children as well, and they hated it as well. Yeah, hated it.
Really?
One of the worst films he's ever seen, he said.
Oh wow, he's got to see more films. This is way worse.
Yeah, well, he used the word offensive, Deej. And I was talking to him this morning. Really? The word offensive. Yeah. He just hated it. Eric Ridgely's in. Hey, Eric, how you doing, buddy? And let me get down to some of the
John Mensor's in.
Yeah, John Mensor. Yep.
John Mensor. Remember what we were talking? Spoiler free, but we were talking about Superman and the parents. He shares. John texted me. He said he same thing. Feels the same way. Same way you and I.
I think a lot of people will. I think a lot of people will. See, I thought that it was me. I thought, that must be in the comics, because we'll talk later about it. But I just figured that's what it was. Maybe not. New guy, I think Mars 73 is in. Hey guys, recently ordered a Kaleidescape Strato E. What do you guys think of Kaleidescape and this player in itself? 2 thumbs up.
Oh wait, yeah.
Hey, Fonzie. Hey, Fonzie.
The Strato E, the M, all of them. I love the Kaleidescape system. Who was that again?
Mars 73.
Mars. Yeah. I love the Kaleidescape system. It's like if you're new to the show, grab a glass and your favorite beverage. No,
you'll be hammered within the hour.
Yeah, we had a little joke going. I've had my Kaleidescape for almost 3 years. Love it. Been loving it. I love Kaleidescape since the early 2000s, but I think Mars, you're going to love it once you get it and you're actually playing with it, and the interface is like nothing else. It changes the experience in the room. Even on a Strato E or M, which is unto itself, you'll have a few movies on there, and it's once you get if you desire to get a system with a little bit more memory, I know they're super expensive, but you'll know what I mean when you see it. So, but I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
Yeah, and thanks for being along. I think he's new. So thanks for dropping in. Old School Kung Fu Films is in, saying hello. Hey, buddy. Revolu Sound is in as well. Hey there from the south of France. Nice, very nice and nice. Hello, bonsoir to you as well. Aussi. I think that's also, isn't it, Dom? You'll have to tell me if I've got that right. I think I have. Old School Kung Fu Film says, going to see Superman 3D at the BFI IMAX tomorrow. Okay, so Old School Kung Fu Films is in the UK then. Very cool. Enjoy. I dread to think how much that is per ticket. Quite a lot. Yeah. I think it's the biggest screen in Europe. I think it is. I think it is. I might be wrong about that. Yeah. And then Steve Brock's in. Hey, Steve.
Steve's back. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good to see him. Good to see him. So yeah, all present and correct. Get a number of new people. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Hi guys. Welcome.
Greg,
jump right in. The water's warm.
Yes, and John's not even here to warm it up. Yep.
Oh, well, there you
go. Greg's bringing up something in the chat that hasn't been brought up in a while. He says it'd be pretty neat if Kaleidescape did a quote live releases and only allowed you to access it during X time period, so you can just stay at home in your theater. So I imagine, to summarize that, I think he means like while it's in the theater, here's a price you can pay. You can stay at home and watch it. People think Kaleidescape's expensive. That system actually exists. There is a system, and it's like for the ultra rich, and it's literally like you can Google this. You can
screen.
It's been going on forever, and last I read, I don't remember the different names, but like studio execs use it. They have it. Whatever. It's like ultra rich. Like you got to be like, I want to say like a billionaire to make this worth its while, because it's like $40,000 for the player, and then or whatever, and then you're getting the actual like what they get at the theater. You get to play at home. They'll give you the file, and you only get it for 48 hours. And the movie, it's like $5,000 or something ridiculous like that, and you get it for 48 hours. But it's something that, like, if you had you have a legit theater and you have your friends over and you're that celebrity or somebody, like even like a Howard Stern that's like a recluse, like doesn't want to go out. That's for them, where this kind of money doesn't mean anything to them, right? And but that system does exist, and people are utilizing it, and it's crazy. It's crazy money, and they'll be like, yeah, sure.
But I can't imagine. I mean, it's a great idea. I mean, that again would make a Kaleidescape more attractive to me if they could do that. Because as you know, give me my own theater any day of the week, way more than. However, Kaleidescape, I don't think would ever do that, because they pride themselves, don't they, on working with the studios, not in competition with the studios.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even a thing that they pride themselves on. They're literally a conduit for the studio. To get you your movie. So it's not even like it's up when you get the movie on your Kaleidescape, it's because the studio has just released it. Okay. So I know for a fact from talking to them, talk to anybody. Luke, he's been on with Shane. I've talked to Luke. Talk to anybody at Kaleidescape. They get these movies like a month or two in advance so that they can go through them, fine tune them, and get them ready. They have an idea when these movies are going to be released, but they don't tell anybody or anything, because it's up to the studio. And if the studio tells Kaleidescape, drop it now, okay, then they do. And that it's all up to them. There was an instance a while ago where the studio released it and then pulled it back. It wasn't Kaleidescape's call. That was what they did. So they're really just a conduit. That's to get you, kind of like Amazon. They're literally like Amazon. You want to buy your movie, your physical movie through Amazon, that's what you're getting, or Best Buy or wherever. That's all it is. That's all Kaleidescape is.
I've started a couple there just for your amusement, Deej. And don't put them up, just for your amusement.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, Paul says, so a lot of Kaleidescape folk seem to be weighing up the idea of not purchasing a storage server, just downloading, watching, and letting it delete based on the how often do I actually rewatch movies idea. Fair enough. I mean, I couldn't do that. I want it straight away. So I personally, I couldn't do that, but I get why people would. If if you're someone who's got a very quick internet connection, or you can plan ahead, then why not? Makes sense.
Yeah,
but it would drive me crazy.
Yeah. And this one here, and I told you this one, Steve, it's like Piper Boy Williams is saying in the chat, who's fairly new to talking on the show, seeing him in the chat. He's saying, he's like, I love the Kaleidescape because I get the 4K a month or two before the disc. And that is pretty cool. And like I've said to people, I want to get it because of that. And I'll actually talk you down, because once you're getting that, only is good at the very beginning, because once you're starting to get them, that's just when you get them. So it's like, okay, it's like, what's the difference? But it is pretty cool. But yeah, Kaleidescape, their pattern seems to be once anything drops digitally, they release it as well on Kaleidescape, which is pretty cool. So
Yeah, I mean, it's still that would be the MSP for me, or the USP for me, and at the moment, as of right this second, that would be the only reason that I would buy one, literally for that. So because I got no patience, famously, and I would love to get this stuff really early. Hence the movie, I talked about watching it today. Shane saw it months ago,
right?
I remember him
if
saying,
you have a show, if you have a show like us, or you have some, and there's a reason, like, hey, I could give you some advanced information, it's cool. But if I didn't have my show, I'd still want my Kaleidescape, right? I'd still be like, I've been wanting one forever. But I know that once you get into that, it's okay, now it's dropping now. And for decades, I sat alone in my theater and I nobody to talk to about it. So I don't care when I get it, other than I just want it as soon as possible. And then it all balances out. So, but yeah, Dan's saying he has a V. And he's like, he's got 10 4Ks on his V, and that's plenty at a time. And it is. The one thing, I don't know, did they update the V? I have a V as well, but I also have storage, so I don't have to worry about it deleting. But I know the M and the what was the other one? The M and the
No, you talked to the wrong person here.
Right. But the other ones, they actually automatically delete because they have a smaller hard drive, so they automatically. Okay. I don't know if the V does that.
Overwrite, do they?
Yeah, it's automatic. Mine doesn't. So it's like if I go to download a movie, I have to actually go and find, because my storage is also full. But yeah.
Okay. I play. Yep. Well, let us know. Mars 73. Let us know how you get on with it once you've got it. Report back.
Yeah.
Let us know how you're getting on and what you've downloaded. Oh, and the other thing, again, not just getting it early. The other thing is, if I had access to the US store as well, that would be another one that would make me, as we've talked about before, I know that would make me want to pick it up. But other than that, I'm perfectly happy. I don't mind walking to the back of the room into the storage closet. In goes the disc. It's fine. It stretches my legs.
Yeah, that's part of the fun. The things I used to do when I used to I wanted to play a trailer, so I wanted to have the custom trailer made, do all that. So play this. I had 2 Blu-ray players, so I could do that and then switch right to the movie itself, have the movie queued up so it was ready to go, so you didn't have to see the menus. Oh my God. I did so much work behind the scenes just so that when I sat down, I didn't have to do I just wanted that. It wasn't even for other people. It was for me. It was so stupid. Oh,
and then only end up doing it once and then never again, because then
I did it a few times, but yeah, then it gets old. Yeah, it gets old eventually. Then you're looking for other people. Anybody want to see how cool this is? No, nobody. Oh well. So I started a podcast.
Hey, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah. And there's tens of people just like me.
Hey, we're a small group, but we're very vocal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
Right. Shall we get to some experiences then?
Let's get to do you want to do, let me pull this one up. You want to do these?
Yeah, can do.
While we wait for John, because the ones I have, most of the ones I have this week are ones I want John here for. We could also do the one we saved, right?
Yes. Well, I put up that screenshot.
We could do that after this one. So
yeah. Okay.
So you want to do this,
these
right?
2 then? Yeah, because these are 2 of 6. So I'm going to do 2 a week. So we can do 2 of these.
All right. So I'll put those together. There we go. They are together. So which one do you want to do first?
Well, it's let's go in order. So we'll go with the DN first. That one.
All right. I'll move that there. Right here.
Yeah, got it?
Good.
Yeah, happy days.
All right. Let me find the right audio. There we go. I'll pull this up. Bump, bump, bump.
Okie dokie, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Hope you're sitting comfortably. This is the first of the 6 movie Sean Connery James Bond 4K UHD Dolby Atmos releases of all 6 Connery Bond movies. So I'm going to do 2 a week. So I've started this week, funnily enough, with Dr. No, because that's the first one. And as I say, 4K and in Atmos, all of them are. And there had been some controversy about these before they came out, because apparently Amazon, of course, who now own Bond, lock, stock, and barrel, gun barrel, as it were. They had some HD versions up on Prime, which apparently weren't very good. I hadn't seen them, and so when this was announced, people were worried that it would be the same transfers as those, but they are not. These are spiffing, brand spanking new versions of these movies.
Audio and video?
Audio and video. Like I say, Atmos as well as 4K. Dr. No is 1962.
Yeah.
And we've got Atmos. Is that the earliest one? I'm just trying to think. Is
I
there
think
an
so.
earlier movie with Atmos? Because Psycho was 69, wasn't it? Yeah,
Was it 69?
something like that. I think so. But this 62 in Atmos, I think it's the
Yeah.
earliest one. So correct me if I'm wrong, peeps in the chat.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this one. So first James Bond movie. And I this is, you know, a movie, the first one that I particularly like. And the film is enjoyable. I like the movie. It's very quaint. It is
Psycho was 1960.
Okay. Oh, right. There we go. Then. Right. There we go. Sorry. It's 69,
And that was
wasn't it?
DTS
X.
X. DTS
Yeah, it was.
X.
There we go. So that's
on the Kaleidescape, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. No, that must be the one then.
And on disc too, but I have it there. It's one of the few on Kaleidescape that have DTSX.
So okay, well that's earlier then, but this one nevertheless. So the film is very quaint. It is antiquated, but it's fun and enjoyable almost because of that. And this a version of it, particularly the 4K, absolutely brings out all of that kind of color and all of that detail and everything else. It looks fantastic on 4K disc. Someone somewhere spent a lot of time on this because I love how this looks. I really do. It's got all the texture of a film from 62 and all the kind of the things that you'd expect to see, but it's sparkling. So all the Technicolor stuff leaps off the screen. It looks great. It's detailed. There is grain, of course, but it's really fine. It's not obtrusive. It doesn't ever look wrong. And I have to say, as soon as I turned it on, and you get the new MGM logo, so that's obviously the CG lion, everything, which looks great. And this is 185, so it fills the screen. And as soon as that come on, and then you get the Bond kind of stuff from that, I just was in hog heaven. And it sounds absolutely fantastic. Bearing in mind it's vintage. You do get a sequence in an airport where there is a tannoy, and the tannoy is in the overheads. So you're listening to them, you put out announcements, you think, oh my God, this is incredible. And the front soundstage, it felt genuinely like I was in a cinema, a commercial cinema, watching this for the first time. It was great. So I had a really, really good time with this. I again, all its movie foibles aside, it's still very, very cool. And I really enjoyed it. And it was a great way to start this set. So yeah, we're off to the winner, off to the races, and it's a winner so far. So now we can go to the next one.
Next one here.
Yeah, so this one is From Russia with Love. So again, 4K, Dolby Atmos. Now, this film, though, is one of my least favorite Bond movies. I'm not a big fan of this one because it's very kind of, it seems like it's quite a small production. Hey, John. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, folks.
Yeah, how we doing? You okay? All good?
Yeah.
Good man. All right, good man. Okay, so this one's my least favorite of them, and it's the one that's been lampooned more than any of them, especially by Austin Powers. This is the movie where the bad guys are all calling themselves number 1 and number 2 and number 3. It's all a bit silly, and when it's been lampooned as much as it has, it's hard to then go back to it and take it seriously. So as a movie, this is not my favorite one, but again, it also, however, looks great. And in this one, there is a sequence towards the end where Bond is is being chased by a helicopter, and he's on foot. And in that one, then the helicopter then goes all around the room in the overheads. It's going front to back, left to right, diagonally across the room. And this is a movie from 66 or something like that. So again, you've now got all this surround activity that would have never been there in the theaters, of course, back then, which does bring some interest and some excitement to the film. So 2 films in, 4 more to go. Luckily, the next one is Goldfinger, which is one of my favorite of all of them. And so I'm really looking forward to that. But this set so far is fantastic. And I cannot imagine it looking any better or sounding better than these do so far. So, yeah, they're great. And it was $79.99 over here for 6, all singing, all dancing, 4K Atmos movies. I think that's a steal, personally.
For that, yeah.
Bearing in mind the quality of these, I think it's fantastic. So yeah, well worth it so far. But I will report in next week with the next two.
Yeah, Kaleidescape just still has them in 4K SDR and regular DTS Master Audio, so they haven't updated yet.
Kenny says, are these the steelbooks, Steve? Sorry, my mouse has gone off. No, I didn't get the steelbooks, Kenny, because I don't store them in their steelbooks. I put them in cardboard sleeves, as everyone knows, so I wouldn't spend the money on the steelbooks. They are very nice, the steelbooks, though. They come in a lovely, literally a metal case. So if you do collect those, then go for it. But this is just the standard case with them all in, and I'm happy with that. It's the movie I want. It's not the stuff that it comes in. We've got a Holger has come in with an older one. There we go. Yep.
High Society 4K Dolby Atmos from 1956. So that seems to be what was no, Casablanca wasn't.
That wasn't Atmos, was it?
No. What about Lawrence of Arabia?
What year was that? Well, that's in Atmos, but I'm not sure what year that was. Yeah. Is that earlier than 56? John will know. He's got that film seared into his brain.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can find out.
62. Actually later than Psycho. So that's 60. Lawrence of Arabia is 62.
There we go.
So yeah.
So wow. I mean, there we go. Yeah. So there we go. Now they're all 62.
What's Bridge
River Kwai? Bridge of the River Kwai. That wasn't Atmos, though, was it?
Yes, it is. 57. That's 57. That's in Atmos. It's that's in Atmos on Kaleidescape too. Yeah, I have it. Yeah. I love that movie. That was one my dad told me to sit down and watch one day when I was a kid. He's like, "Sit down, you're gonna like this."
Well, funny enough, the chap that I spoke to earlier who said Jurassic World Rebirth was one of the worst films he's ever seen. His favorite film, Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh, yeah.
So
it was funny.
He loves that movie.
Later, like in the 90s, me and my sister we're obviously older. We were in our 20s at the time, and my sister, she heard the whistling, and she goes, "Oh, Breakfast Club." I'm like, "Oh." I was like, no. Ten Commandments. That's another one.
I don't think it's an Atmos. I'm going to check.
I don't think so either.
No, I don't think it is. Let me double check.
It's not on Kaleidescape.
It's DTS HD. It's DTS HD 5.1.
And that's also 56, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So, okay. Well, no advances on High Society then.
Yeah. There we go.
But these are great. These are really good. And if you're a Bond fan, I mean, John, are you into these? I've never really asked you about James Bond. I don't think
I am into James Bond, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert. No. I've seen all these movies, most of them probably once, some of them more than once. But I mean, I've watched them my whole life.
Most of these ones I've seen once.
Yeah, I would say the same. So, like, I couldn't tell you really about From Russia with Love, other than I know I've seen it at some point when I was younger. So,
okay.
But the box set sounds like a deal.
6 movies for $80.
Yeah, it's $15 a movie. That's not bad at all.
Well, and when they're if they're not been properly worked on, they've just been chucked on disc, then you'd be thinking, well, okay. But these have been really given some care and some love has been devoted to these. I mean, I've seen them multiple times. I had them on video, cassette. I've had them on DVD, and I had the Blu-ray. I've got the Blu-rays now, but this is the first time, obviously, seeing them like this, though. And this is way better than it would have been when they came out. I mean, it's by far the best they've ever been, and I was very pleasantly surprised. $80, man. I think, is it out over there? I don't know if you guys have you had a chance to look and see.
Pretty sure it is. I haven't looked. Let's see.
Yeah. And we'll all be, as Don says, we'll all be Bond fans again when Denis Villeneuve finishes his version of it. So we shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure if
it's the Sean Connery collection.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah. So it is
That's
available
what's up.
here. It's a bit pricier though. It's $99.
Okay.
American. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Which I guess is 80
That's American,
75 euros. That's about $100, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, so it's about the same. Yeah. It's genuinely worth it if you're into them. I mean, don't put it to the top of your list if you guys are kind of, you like them, but you're not a big fan. But as I said, but if for those that are, get it. It's really good.
Sure. I'm pretty sure I own them all anyways. They had something like Kaleidescape had a sale a while ago on all the Bond stuff. And I brought them all. I just bought them all. Yeah, because it ends up being like I think it might have been like $8 a movie when they did them on sale or something. So I was like, all right, click. And I don't download them all, but I have them. And then if they get the upgrade, then
yeah.
What's funny is all of these, like Kenny was saying it. Where was it? Further back in the chat, he's like, did any of you check out the new 4K transfers for Jurassic Park and World Trilogies? They added Atmos and Vision now. Yeah, that's what we were. I did it. I saw Kenny in there and we were talking. Actually, that was the new movie. But yeah, recently I went through Jurassic Park. I was blown away by the Dolby Vision transfer. And that's the one thing when they did this, I didn't have to pay. I didn't pay a dime. I just got Dolby Vision and Atmos added, so much so that when on Kaleidescape, I had to ask. Remember I said, I'm like, Shane ended up in the chat. I'm like, is this new or did it have Atmos before? Nope. It just updated my movies, which is sometimes like if I have a like an HD version, a 1080p version, it gets 4K. It's usually like $4 to upgrade it. But this year they got Dolby Vision and Atmos, and I just got the whole thing just updated. Okay. Which makes it hard to tell if it's like, is this new or not? I'm like, I don't know. It's just, I just got the update. So that's pretty cool.
So Carl is saying, so Carl Ellsworth, hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, got to get him back on the show. There's so many things I want to ask him about writing with recent movies. Anyway, keep meaning, we've got to get him back.
I know.
Just talk his ears off. So Neil finished Thunderball last night. Completely agree, Steve. These new scans look and sound great. They do. They really do. I'm so looking forward to Goldfinger. I mean, that's my favorite classic Bond film, and I can't wait to see that looking like this. It's going to be great. So yes, I'm glad that it's not just me that's loving them. Yeah,
I was thinking of Carl reading John's article yesterday. You know that what was the name of the cinema that he was at last in November? Remember, he was a guest there.
Beckenwood's cinema,
whatever. But
Paradise?
that's what. Yeah, it's If he'll know, he'll tell us in the chat. But it's but yeah, it was like places like that are catering to people going to the cinema. You know, they're honoring the cinema, and like what John's writing about is everybody else is like, no, yeah. Paul got it. The Last Picture House. Yep. And then Carl. We asked Carl and Paul beat him to it. Nice job, Paul.
Carl drove far enough to where he had to stay overnight in a hotel to then come back the next day.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. He was in a hotel on the show when he did the 25-hour show with us. He's in a hotel.
Yeah, because you're
supposed to join us later, but apparently he had too much fun. Remember, he's like, I might make it back.
He dumped us for Beckenwood.
But that's what we need more of that. The Last Picture House. I had quite a few people in my personal life that heard part of that show and that conversation that were like, we should do something like that around here. Start that business. I'm like, yeah, you know what kind of money that takes to start something like that.
Knowing you, Deej, you just buy a vacant lot and then build it.
Yeah, I would. And then be broke.
And halfway through, some salamanders would just move in.
Yep, exactly. Oh, God. Oh, Carl's got a gripe, too.
oh, yeah. Gripe, Carl. Gripe.
No, it's like, I think that's more to the point. Can I quickly gripe about Jurassic World? I don't know. Can you? I have trouble making things quick.
Yeah. We've got to get him on.
Yeah,
like I said, I can talk his ears off. So many questions. Yeah. And whenever we do the 24-hour shows, I'm always at a police station or something.
I know. Yeah, you didn't get to talk to him this year, did you?
Yeah, man.
No, we'll do it.
No. I was literally at the police station.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta be done.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We good with this one?
Yeah. We've done those.
All
Yep.
right.
Until next week.
All right. You want to get this one out of the way quickly?
Oh, what's that? Oh,
from last week.
Be interesting.
This is funny. It's just funny. I just want to get it out of the way. This is the one John, did you hear the beginning of the show last week? The audio only version with the music?
Oh, no, I was gonna say I was on it. But no, I didn't hear the.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
I did, but I couldn't place it. I'm not a Springsteen fan, so I wouldn't.
That's not Springsteen.
Isn't it?
It's no. What's funny is people used to mix them up too in the 80s. Rick Springfield, not Bruce Springsteen. So, all right, let's see. Let's bring this up. Here we go. So we're talking Hard to Hold from 1984 in 1080p Blu-ray, HD, DTS, Master Audio 2.0. Upmixed to Neural X. It actually wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But yeah, this was the song that was playing, which he wrote while making for this movie. I didn't know that even back then. I didn't know that the song Love Somebody, which the movie ends on that with him singing it and everything. But yeah, it sounds like it's hard to watch. Yep. No, it wasn't. I loved it. Did you ever see it, John, back then when it was on HBO?
I mean, maybe in 1984. I don't really remember it though.
It was on HBO like all the time.
I must have seen it at least once.
And it was so what was cool about it back then, if everybody wants to grow up, everybody wants to be a rock star, right? And everybody's like, you want to live that life, you want to be on the stage. So they open the movie with him doing that. He runs back, girls are chasing him everywhere, all fun. But then he leaves the concert and he's like driving down. He has to leave the concert because he's running away from this other girl. And he's got this guy's pants on. And the guy has like a 62-inch waist. So he's running like that. He crashes the car and the woman that he hits, he's like, don't worry about it. He's running around with literally his butt hanging out for the movie. And he's like, I'll buy you a new one. This is when you could actually leave the scene of an accident to take off when you're a rock star. So that's the movie. He's a rich rock star and he falls in love with this woman she actually works with special needs kids, not special needs kids, but kids with, they're really bright kids that have a hard time with, I don't know what they called it back then, but you'd call it, I don't know what you call it now. But anyways, fish out of water or two people that don't get along, whatever you want to call it. But that's the whole movie. He's just throwing money at things and she wants the simple life. But it's a lot of fun. But growing up watching it, you just wanted to be that guy, be the cool rock star and be like, oh, I could just do this. Bought her a car and all that. So, but yeah, it's just a stupid, love story type thing, but it was a blast. And then, sitting in my room, it's never looked or sounded this good. Because nobody ever would make it look and sound this good. It's like I swear to God, I bought this off Amazon, and the people there are like, "Oh my God, find the copy!"
They had to blow
Somebody
dust
bought
off.
it.
Yeah,
It's like, ship it.
I told you someone would buy it. I told you
exactly.
ship it before he returns it.
Yeah, I was afraid it was going to show up like my Star Wars ones, like a poster that somebody made. But yeah. So a lot of fun. I had a blast with it, and I don't recommend it by any stretch. I couldn't find it streaming anywhere. That's the problem. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I was surprised.
It come in like a brown paper bag, so no one knew it was you that bought it.
Exactly. Yeah, people are prouder walking out of the adult section than they are walking up with this for rent. You're like, sorry.
Although, frankly, I think you could probably have an adult film with the same title. We might have drowned Deej.
Yeah, he's joking.
Yes. Well, again,
if he hits the deck, I'm out.
I just spit all over my Edgar Allan Poe book. Complete
the
works
Raven
of Edgar Allan Poe are just. I didn't see that one coming.
Well, again, no, that's right. That's moving on.
Another title.
Oh,
yeah, that's the road below.
In 3D. All right. Let's get out of here.
40x.
All right. What do we want to do next? John, what did you have this week? Did you have one?
Oh, he's got the one we want to talk about.
Which is?
It's there.
Oh,
it's
left.
Yeah,
this
the
one.
I mean, do we? I don't have a ton to add to what you guys have both already said.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just actually, you know
when you posted that, the sound I made was ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I could hear you.
Yeah, there you go.
I can hear you from here.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Yeah, this will be fun. This will be fun to get John's take. I reiterate everything they said.
Pretty much.
Jen Briggs. Who's that? That just made me laugh out loud, Steve. Yeah, me too.
Actually, Jen, if you could just bring in a cloth just to wipe the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, exactly. It was a collector's item. Now it's been spit on. Alrighty, here we go.
Oh.
All right. So, as usual, bringing up the rear, I finally caught up with.
Quiet, Steve.
That's the shelf below. That's the shelf below.
That's the shelf below. Yeah, bringing up the rear. I finally caught up with the 4K disc of the Terminator, which I was able to buy a couple of weeks ago on sale on Amazon. Again, I don't want to be just derivative, but like exactly what you guys both said. Like, I don't have a whole lot to add to it other than this is just a phenomenal 4K transfer. I mean, I haven't seen this movie in probably 20 years. Like, I don't watch these yearly like DJ does. So it has been a long time.
That was being generous.
Every 6 months, biannually, I guess. It's probably been 20 years since I've seen this movie. So now I've seen it many, many times, but again, not for a long time. And yeah, I went into it with very high expectations, obviously, because you guys both just glowed about how great this disc was, and I was not disappointed at all. I mean, I was here by myself. I just cranked this thing up as loud as I could possibly stand it, and I just had a blast with it. Again, caught up with the movie because I haven't seen it in quite a while, and not that I missed or had forgotten, but when you haven't seen something for a long time, it's nice to watch it again. And yeah, I mean, just visually, it was so clear, so crisp, and just looked fantastic. The details, again, I know DJ's talked to death about the, the eyeball scene with the X-Acto knife and all that stuff. But I mean, and I will say that the 4K disc does kind of show off the special effects makeup.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Arnold's looking a little waxy. I mean,
not in the
wax Arnold is looking a little waxy.
Because there was even that scene. There was a scene earlier prior to that where I guess he was supposed to have taken some heat damage or something, because he's sitting in the front seat driving and it doesn't look like Arnold. Like, it looks kind of wonky. Like he's got some kind of
when he's driving around.
Yeah. And he hadn't really taken any damage to the face, so I'm not quite sure what was going on there. And again, that showed up in glorious 4K, and looked a little funny, but yeah, I just had a great time with this. And then I could not think about the fact that he had rented an apartment, because somebody brought up that plot point when they were talking about the disc. And again, I had never really remembered that, but yeah, like, he has a landlord and everything. Like, what was the setup and the thinking there when he and it wasn't like he just was in somebody's random place, because guns were hidden under the bed. Like he took time to set that place up.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like that's why it could be somebody else's place. He just walked in, killed them, and put his guns in there.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
Why would he need to do it though? Why need to? He's a robot. He can just stand in a corner anywhere. He doesn't need to sleep.
It was funny.
What if he's not there and somebody comes in and takes all his guns that he just stole?
I just had to like fixate on that whole scene because of Steve.
Sorry.
But
the time travel thing didn't get you.
No, nothing else other than the fact that, he took did he had to fill out like reference checks? I'm really fascinated by the whole process of how he rented this apartment.
And also his hair.
Then audio wise, again, it just unbelievable. Like really, really, again, goes without saying. I can't imagine it ever looking or sounding better than it did here. So again, if you're one of the 5 people like me who haven't bought and watched this disc yet, I can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, hang on, I'm getting something going here. If you want,
where was it in our list last year? Where did we have it in our top 10?
It wasn't 5th. I know that.
Oh no, we know what 5 was.
Yeah. All I know, but it was up there. I think it was in the top 5.
Yeah, was it? I had to think.
Well, again, I don't know. It would have been skewed because I didn't watch it. So you guys having it high, the fact that I didn't watch it would have kind of dropped it down the list.
It was last year, wasn't it? It wasn't this year.
It was last year, yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I generally can't remember. No Prestige. Quick copy that down, everyone.
Yeah.
That's a link to the green room, obviously, on AV Nirvana, where you can hang out and chat, as Kenny was asking.
Yeah. If you're not a member, it's actually, you have to be a Brightside member. And if, Paul says, thanks. Never been able to find it. You actually have to just email me and tell me you want to be a member, and I'll tell you how to do it. And then, Todd has to approve it. So it's only Brightside members in there. And that's how we, it is how we
is it very last time I was
it's not very active. It was for a while, but people have been asking for a while. People have been asking, and
like it died out, so I kind of stopped checking in on it. But
yeah. So Kenny's saying Kenny in the chat saying I'll create an account and hang out. There's a lot of good stuff in there already, and if you guys just want to go back and get it going again, it's a great place to hang out and talk, and it's all just Brightside people. And so it makes it easier, so we don't have to monitor it or anything, so but yeah, that's the best one that I wanted to be, and I want to be more active in there. I just don't have time, and people have asked us for Discord. I don't know how to do that, and there was a time where I looked into it, but I'm like, it just gets a little bit more hectic for us. But if you guys want to keep it going, I know Mikey Schramm, he's one of the monitors over at AV Nirvana too. So he can help people out as well. And you can find him on Twitter or whatever, or go into that chat. John Brock, a lot of good stuff in there from when John was building this theater, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
it
good
was
stuff
very active for a while. Like I said,
I
used to check it at least once a day, once every other day, but I haven't been there in months because it kind of just seemed like nobody was really using it anymore.
Yep. Well, also, wasn't that kind of pre our live show days, wasn't it? Because we were kind of, we were posting stuff in there, weren't we? But now we've gone live. This is sort of taken over that kind of live chat and all the rest of it, it seems to me. So, but it's still there. So
it was pretty lively there, to the point that here's how many threads, never mind the rest of AV Nirvana, but the Brightside Green Room, which is what we called it, has 4 pages of topics to look into, to talk about.
Right.
So it's like the first one is like, Brockstar Cinema, movies you can't wait for, what's going on, home theater friends, reference level based on room size. These are all different conversations that are going on, all different threads. So there's 4 pages of threads just in that, which, for most places that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just us. Right. Just this community's created 4 pages of threads.
Most of the people listening to this right now weren't even part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, go in there. Yeah. Let me know. And I mean, it's probably going to make me and Todd's life a little busy for a bit, getting everybody access to it, but that's great. No, everybody go there and, create threads, talk, and, you could talk there all week long and then bring it to the show. That'd be cool. But you know what? And that's what's awesome about this live chat too. It's like, we even forgot, I'm like, green. Somebody asked about, I think it was Kenny, and it was a great question. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. We have the green room. Let's put that up, so there you go. Made us think. So, where were we? Oh, Terminator. It's right on the screen.
A bit of a giveaway. Yeah, great disc. Great thing. I'm just trying to think. Can you remember, Deej? Have you got to hand there where it was in our top 10 last year? Can you remember? Say, we only know what 5 was. We've got a fairly good idea what 1 was. So
yeah, I don't know if it made it. I think it was just outside. If I remember right.
Really? What, both of us? I would have thought we'd have put that quite high.
Let me see. Top 10 discs. 2024. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no, number 7.
Oh,
yeah.
So, right.
But again, where did you guys have it?
Steve had it at 5. I had it at 8. And John, you had it. You didn't have it, so we gave it an 11. Is what we do. So yeah, it dropped in ahead of Twister. Steve actually Steve and I both put Twister at number 6. John put it at number 5.
I don't know how, because I didn't see it.
No, that was my bad. But yeah. But anyways, but Steve had Terminator ahead of Twister, and I had Twist, and yeah. And then I had it 2 behind Twister, and the only reason is because Twister is the one we just couldn't imagine, and that's why I gave it to him. But Terminator is just like insane.
Yeah,
it's on another level, just like Twister. But I think I gave the nod to Twister because there just isn't the same room effect in Terminator that there is in Twister.
I did love that the kind of the opening story credits, when they're given the little synopsis, talked about the final battle happening this night, and they've gone on to have 7 sequels too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is based on time travel, so you could.
The final battle will happen tonight.
The final battle will happen last week.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
And then again in 2 years, and then 3 years after that.
It's like, never mind does he get the apartment, but I always was like, do you send this thing back? And like, as soon as the Terminator goes back in time, you go, didn't work. You know what I mean? It's like instantaneous.
If you look around and it's
all right, do it again.
Sorry. You have to bleep that out.
We didn't last time.
No, I gotta find it. Yeah.
Sorry. If you look around and it's still apocalyptic, then then it didn't work.
Send them through. This is gonna work.
Yeah.
They hit the button and look around. All right, do it again. Try again. Keep trying. Keep going. We're running out of Terminators.
Well, yeah, that's how they got to the T1000.
Well, and they also said
999.
And they also said no more can come through, which leads you to believe they destroyed the machine, and then many more come through.
Right. Yeah. On that day.
Yeah.
Later in later movies, you're like,
So it's like I guess they weren't expecting sequels.
Yeah. No. little flaw in the timeline there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when they went to the enchantment under the sea dance. I thought it went a bit crazy.
You see Arnold walking behind the drummer.
This is a blues riff from B. You forgot changes. Try and keep up.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Johnny, be good.
Oh, Chuck, you know what?
He shot me.
Oh, we're not supposed to have this much fun, guys.
Yeah,
we're not supposed to have this much fun. All right.
Focus.
All right, let's move on to some more serious stuff. Oh, damn! I already did hard to hold. Let's see. We got. You want to do? Because we're gonna end. We'll end with that one, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do this right now?
Yeah, because we saved it, didn't we? Yeah,
Because we saved this from last week.
Yep.
All right. Here we
Disc
go.
that I cannot believe has not made more of a ruckus.
Go push play.
No, wrong one.
What he said.
Who put me in charge?
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do this? Do you want me to do this?
You could just go. We'll do it together because you did it.
Already.
I did it.
Yeah. So this then is the 4K disc, 4K UHD DTS HD 5.1. I think. Well, sure. It's not Atmos, is it? I don't think so.
You sure?
Do you know what? Now I need to remind myself. Again.
I think it is.
Let me check. I don't want to get it wrong.
No. DTS Master Audio.
Okay, cool. All right, fine.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Yep, there we go. What I said. Yep, 7.1. 7.1 Master Audio. I knew there was something weird about it. Okay, good. Yeah. So 4K UHD DTS HD 7.1 Master Audio of Air America, 1990s Air America. And I have to say, because, interest of full disclosure, this was the first time I had seen it. Because this came out in 1990. I was in Spain. We were new in Spain. We went out in summer of '89, so my Spanish wasn't that good at this stage, and it would not have been a film that I would then have gone to see because it wasn't the kind of an action movie that you could enjoy without being able to follow it along. So I missed it and never got to see it until when I was in Cornwall a few weeks back. This was one of the ones I picked up in a job lot just before meeting Warwick Davis or seeing Warwick Davis. So. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And as fate would have it, having watched Lethal Weapon 2 or 3 weeks ago again, there is mention in Lethal Weapon of Air America, bizarrely. So sure enough, watch this. And I didn't really know what to expect. The IMDb score is quite low. It's sort of in the 50s, and the reviews, some of them absolutely hated it. Some of these reviews of legacy reviews really did not like it. Said it's got no script, there's no story, it's a poor film. So I wasn't sure whether I'd enjoy it or not, but I'm very glad to say I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. It was enjoyable enough. Directed by Roger Spottiswoode, who knows how to put together a movie, and I think you'd have to go some to have a movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Mel Gibson in it and it not be entertaining, because those two could be entertaining just stood in a room saying nothing when they're kind of doing all the stuff they're doing. So I really enjoyed it. I was never bored. I thought it was good. I genuinely think that this was a good time in the theater, and I'm very pleased to say, because this is probably the first time ever that during the movie I took a screenshot and sent it to you guys, because I was just like, look at what this is. Look at what God hath wrought. And you can see it there. That's straight off the screen in the theater room, just not with my iPhone 16. There's nothing clever been done to that. I just took it straight from the screen, and I was blown away. They've done some serious work on this. Or it was just, very well looked after. But you can see, look at the detail on Gibbo's face there. Sorry for those that are listening audio only. There's a picture up of Mel Gibson's face from the movie. And you can, there's the level of detail. Every little mark on his skin is visible. The little sort of cuts and things are all there. The blue of his eyes, bromance, man crush, whatever you want to call it. It looks absolutely incredible. And the whole movie's like it. From front to back, it looks absolutely incredible. And the audio is great as well. Again, upmixed to Neural X. There's lots of planes zipping around, and obviously helicopters here, there, and everywhere. I thought it was great. And this is why I say I'm surprised this disc and this transfer hasn't caused more of a stir. In the HT community. Why people are not talking about this remaster, not talking about the audio track, and not talking about the quality of the movie is beyond me. I don't know why. The only people talking about this is us, as far as I can tell. And so anyone that hasn't seen it for a while or hasn't seen this, go out and get it, and tell your friends, because it really does need to be seen. It's very, very good indeed. So there you go. Sorry, DJ, got excited.
No, it's like, we have it. I got it on Kaleidescape. It dropped a few weeks ago, and I got it day one. It was on a Tuesday. I didn't mention it on the show, but I bought it like right after the show, watched it right away. And it was funny, later in the week, I saw Steve watch it too. I was like, and we were going to do it last week, but Steve, would you have like 20 minutes, like half hour left?
Yeah, exactly.
But we talked about it a little bit last week and off the show, and I remember when this came out, and like just the title alone, I was like, oh my God. And people, if we talked about it, you joke about, is this a prequel to, Lethal Weapon? Because Mel Gibson doesn't play in Lethal Weapon. He just plays, a military special forces guy, but he talks about the guys that ran Air America. That's part of the Lethal Weapon, the original movie's storyline, is that
the Shadow Company,
Company, this and all the stuff that went on. And now here that movie comes, and you're like, and this is all about, some, underhanded things the government's doing in during wartime and why there's wars. And it's like, that's another thing. This movie's poignant today. It's like, you think that it stopped in Vietnam, and it's like, to me, it's amazing. You think about, like, this was made in 1990, which is really only about 15 years after the end of our involvement in Vietnam, because it was late mid 70s that it was like all done. But this movie takes place in 69. The movie does. So really this is made 21 years later, which you got to imagine, like, right now, 21 years ago it doesn't seem that long ago, and they make a movie about something like that. So, but yes, the home theater quality it blew me away. First thing I thought when I was watching, I was like, what happened? Not that there's anything wrong with it. I love Lethal Weapon, but this is not the video transfer that Lethal Weapon got. It's like Lethal Weapon wasn't even close to this. This is gorgeous. But as you and I said last week, Steve, is it possible that it's where this was shot? Because it was shot in the jungle. They literally shot over in, was it Thailand?
Thailand. Yeah, it's Thailand.
Yeah. And if you read on IMDb some of the stuff, it's Robert Downey Jr. after shooting there said, I'm never going back. And he hasn't been back. He did not enjoy his experience over there. And that, the scene when they're flying him.
Stunt.
He did that. He actually did that for some of the shots because they wanted to, back then they didn't have CGI, but they would have like green screen or blue screened it. And he didn't think it looked good. So they were like, nope, we're going to do it for real. And I think there's the close-ups they did for real with him, but there are some where it's a stunt man. There's no way I think that they did the full ride with him, but yes, it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it then when it came out. Day one buy for me, and the home theater part of this, it's like the music in this is brought to life. Everything, the audio is amazing. Kaleidescape's only 5.1. We didn't get the 7.1, but up mixed to Neural X, it is absolutely amazing. And the picture quality is, it's looks like it was made today or better than some of the stuff made today, actually.
It's just got that beautiful, timeless kind of look to it. It's beautiful. I mean, Dom's saying in the chat he's never seen Air America. Dom, I was the same as I said, but remedy it, Dom, because I know you like to get your blind buy movies. It's out in the UK, so you haven't got to pay a lot of import duties and stuff. And it's it's a reasonable price. I think I got it for $19.99, something like that. Yeah. So it's easy to get hold of. Get it and see it. I think you'll be very glad that you did. And I say that a bit hypocritical because I hadn't seen it till 2 weeks ago, but having seen it, I can't recommend it enough. Well, Dom says he'll get it. You'll be very pleased that you did, and report back when you've seen it, buddy, and let us know what you think. Yeah. Have you seen it, John? Is it one for you?
It sounds like it would be one for me, but I don't know if I've seen it. It doesn't ring a bell. But I find it hard to believe I would have missed this when it came out. Yeah. But I don't remember it. So I probably didn't see it.
Well, it had quite a controversial shoot as well. Hence the Downey Jr. saying, I'm never going back to Thailand again. There were, and again, IMDb is always great for this stuff. So it's got all the things on there. So it looks as though it was a bit, not quite, Apocalypse Now, but not far off it in terms of just the sheer issues they had shooting it, studio problems, actors not getting on. And of course they were, the story itself is very sensitive, and it certainly was back then, in terms of because it's based on a true story. Not that anyone's sort of going to admit they're involved.
Well, yeah, like what they're doing, you see it, it's all about, heroin coming into the country and who's doing it and why and what's this war all about, and is the wars to disguise this and that. It's like, I mean, it gets into it's kind of an action movie, but it also drops a ton of information that you're like, wait, what? Like, it's like, what you got? It's the world shell game, right? You got this going on over here. Pay attention to this, and we're going to do this over here. And it's like, it's crazy, crazy. And
they say history repeats itself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it does. So yeah,
it's so good.
And Robert Downey Jr. is so young.
Well, do you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Because I was wondering whether they took the reference from this for Iron Man 3 when he looks really young in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Because it looks eerily similar. It really does. And I wonder whether this was the reference they used for it.
Well, it's funny you say that. That image that you grabbed right here, right, of your screen, the Blu-ray screen.
The menu.
Yeah, the menu. And you see Robert Downey Jr. right there in that pose. That's if you take the bat off, that's very similar to that pose you're talking about when he was on stage saying goodbye to his mom.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, that's the point. You're right. That dead on. I was thinking it could have been that Johnny Be Good when he was really young in that one. But this is definitely, it's like kind of the same, demeanor and everything that he had in that.
And he's supposed to be 21, 22 in this. So I wonder whether actually, that was the kind of age that they were going for. But as I was watching, I thought, God, that looks eerily familiar. And then I thought, you know what? That's
a good call.
I was taking out the rubbish bin. And as I was taking it, I thought, I know where that's from.
Yeah, that's a good call. So, that's a good call.
But
so really good.
So good.
Yeah. So, all right. Oops. Let's take that down. Boop. Bang. All right. What else do we got? Anything else that we want to get to?
If you want to grab some more, up to you. Do a quick one to some older ones there if you want to grab one.
John, do you want to, since you saw this, do we want to have a little discussion on this one? The streaming? We'll get, and then we'll end with the big one.
Yeah.
We've all seen. So, all right. Here we go. You want to introduce it, John?
Oh, sure. So this would be the Old Guard 2, which premiered on Netflix a week and a half ago or so, I guess.
Yeah.
So Netflix, so of course it's got all the Dolby's, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, 4K, HDR, all that good stuff. I actually took in both of these movies on Sunday because
nice.
I hadn't seen The Old Guard probably in 5 years since it came out. And, Lydia and I were going to watch this. And so we kind of decided to go back and watch both of them. I really enjoyed Old Guard 2, although I don't think it was quite as good as the first one.
No.
And I don't think, it's been a long time since I read the graphic novel, but I don't think it follows the plot of that second book at all, because I didn't remember any of that stuff happening other than the
Under the Ocean one.
The Under the Ocean.
Which is in the trailer, but
Kira, what was her name? Kira, something like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Which was the kind of the end credit scene from the first movie, and she comes back for the second one. I don't remember there being another immortal, the Uma Thurman character. Anyway, I don't remember any of this stuff being super comic accurate. But that being said, it was a fun romp of an action movie. I had a really good time with it. Although I will caution, as I did you and Steve, although you had already watched it, this ends on a major cliffhanger. Like, it is kind of like Into the Spider-Verse level. This is only half of a movie. It's not even a cliffhanger. It's part one of two that has not had which has not had its third installment greenlit as of now. So if you haven't watched it, I would at least hold out until they make an announcement saying there's going to be an Old Guard 3. But saying that also could derail Old Guard 3 because if too many people don't watch it, they may not make a 3. So it's one of those things. But as of now, Charlize's latest update is that they would love to come back and do it, but they have not been given any kind of word from Netflix. And that being the case, even if they do greenlight it, we're not even at the stage where we have a script yet. So we're probably 5 more years away from getting the Old Guard 3. So if that bothers you, just know that going in. But this is fun. Again, it's very reminiscent of the first one, but a little bit shorter. And again, to me, not quite as good.
Not as good. I thought the action was a little more graphic.
It was.
I do think, though, still that even though it ends on a cliffhanger and it's not over, it's still, like you said, it's fun to watch. It has a decent story to there. They just end it like normal. Even when the first one ended, you knew there was going to be a 2, but it wasn't quite the cliffhanger, but it left that story complete.
Yeah, if there wasn't a sequel to the first one, you didn't miss any. Like, you weren't asking too many questions. There was the, kind of the B storyline that set up the sequel, but you weren't going to be really scratching your head. Right. This one does leave you.
Yeah, they kind of
this was more like, again, it's half of a movie.
Right.
It's definitely a 2-part film, and so
it does have some really good stunt work. That one scene at the beginning when she's fighting and then another one comes through the window and rolls. It's like just the coordination of that stuff I thought was really neat. That's just the stunt work. But let me touch on the home theater part. I thought,
I was going to say it was good.
It was gorgeous, just like the first one. The 4K Dolby Vision looked absolutely gorgeous. They're getting to the level here of like to physical media. It's getting that close. It's getting that good. And audio wise. Now I put this at +6.
I was going to say, if you bump it a couple over reference, these things aren't bad. Yeah.
No,
these are not bad.
And there's a scene, there's an overhead Atmos scene with the helicopter at the end, John, where it's over your head. It's like a Dolby Atmos demo. Like they used to use helicopters, right? Early on, it was like rain overhead or helicopter blades. This one does it. And there's a battle and a fight where they're fighting with a helicopter. And it's like, it is over your head. But not only that, it's moving. The helicopter's moving and you can't see it. It's off screen over your head, but you can hear it moving overhead. Right. It's that good. This is streaming. So there's a lot here to make it. If you have Netflix, it doesn't cost you anything.
No,
other than
maybe some frustration,
a little frustration at the end to go, I want it, but that's good, right? If you get to the end and go, that was crap, I never want to see another thing again. Well,
this was exactly like I felt like you with Spider-Man. Yeah, because I was like, I'm thinking to myself when it ended, did I know that there was a sequel to this?
Right.
Like, have I heard something about? Because I felt like you always talk about back when we were kids and we were watching a TV show. I wasn't really paying that much attention to the clock, so I didn't realize how close we were to the end of the movie.
Yeah,
and I just kept thinking we were going to get there. Like it was just gonna, because obviously they're going to try to squeeze another whole movie out of it, but with another 15 or 20 minutes. They could have just ended this movie, you know? And this thing running an hour and 45 minutes, you could have just threw 20 minutes onto the end of this and had the same runtime as the first movie. And but obviously they went into it with a plan to do 2 films. But I just kept thinking that this was just going to wrap itself up and we were going to move on. And then the credits rolled and I was like, what's going on?
Well, they did the thing that I did in 5th grade where you wrote a story and they picked up from there were 3 grades in the school, 4, 5, and 6. And if you wrote your story in homeroom, if they picked the story that week, you got to read it to the whole school over the loudspeaker, right? In homeroom. Mine was about these 2 ducks, Quacky and Wacky. But I put it to be continued.
Right.
Somebody they picked my story and I got to come back the next week.
Right.
And then I put another to be continued. Principal's like, who picks the story? He's like, we're going to give you 1 more, but you don't get any more. If you got picked, you also got a gift certificate to Friendlies.
Right.
So they're like, I'm like, I was in 5th grade and I figured this out. So you don't blame them.
Right.
Like people were done with Quacky and Wacky. I wore them out. So, all right.
And all I have to say about this whole franchise is, I don't know, Steve, give it another shot, because I'm really, I don't understand what you don't like about it, because this is kind of everything we like in movies.
They don't get killed hard enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what, I know it's been probably 5 years, and you probably don't really remember it.
It actually should be right up his alley, because these people can't die, but they can be killed over and over, which is what he wants.
So
in imaginative ways.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I don't know.
They do that.
As I was watching the first one, I just kept thinking, like, what does Steve not like about this? Because it's so fun.
I've only seen it once. Again, it was on release. So we're talking, like you say, 5 years ago. And from what I remember, I seem to remember thinking it was ultra cliched and didn't sort of do much for me. But that was a long time ago. Fun. And so I don't want to watch the second one without rewatching the first. Yeah. So what I think I'll do, I'm going to download it to the phone and then watch it on the glasses, because then I can watch that anywhere. I haven't got to set aside time for that. And then if I enjoy that, then I'll watch Old Guard 2 in cinema room. That's what I think I'll do.
I'd be curious if you come back to it, if you like it more the second time around, because I thought it was fun. I had a great time with it. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's not. I've got nothing against it. I just don't remember much about it. So I will. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do.
There's a great conversation. I won't give it away.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
There's
a great conversation in Old Guard 2 where you talk. Like, I won't give it away, but if you're immortal, they're like, are you really immortal? Is there a way to kill you? And they have these people that are immortal. They have this conversation on like, yeah, that was a really bad one. And blah, blah, blah. Remember, John? And you're like, they went to a place where you go, you can't survive that, can you? And they talk about it, and they did. Yeah. And it's pretty funny. You're like,
Deadpool can, so.
Yeah, exactly. But they actually made it humorous too. They're like, it took us a while, but but you're like, so it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. So it's you're right, John. Like, what doesn't he like?
I mean, I can see where it's a bit cliche, and again, there's some things that happen in this one, the second one, that are also, a little, I don't want to say far-fetched, because the whole thing is far-fetched, but even in the world that they're in, you're like, oh, that's how they're going to do that and solve that problem from the first one. It's like, all right. I get it.
Okay.
But,
the second one is short, isn't it? It's only 90 odd minutes. So again, it's an easy watch. So,
and that's why I'm thinking another 20, 30 minutes and this movie could have just been done.
Or 5 minutes.
It wasn't like it was running 3 hours and they had to cut time off. It was
also like I saw on Twitter. It's like people had a great idea. Like, this really should have been a series. They could have done a few seasons of this stuff, because there's a lot there that you could do with these characters. Even, I mean, the comic wasn't they had 2 runs of it. I think
they never did novels, a third. And then they came back and did like a third installment after the first movie hit Netflix, which was garbage though. It was just kind of, they were just trying to capitalize on the movie being successful on Netflix.
Right.
But his original, there were 2 graphic novels.
2 are awesome.
Well, actually, I think there were 12 issues of comics, but I read the graphic novels. So,
well, they could have just added another 5 minutes on to wrap it all up. They all wake up. It was just a dream.
Exactly.
Done.
Yeah.
Easy. Sorted.
They're working in an inn in Vermont.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
It was all a dream.
All a dream.
Yeah.
Done.
All a dream. Let's see. Let me find the image file.
We went pretty long on that, actually, because now we're going to be kind of short for time on the last one.
No, we can go over. We can go over. That's all right. We've got time. Yeah, we're all good.
All right. Let's bring this up here. It's a mixed bag on this one, but it should be fun. Nope, wrong one.
Do this again.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. In theaters, Superman. I've seen it twice. I have comments on 2 different theaters, 2 different presentations, if you will. So I could talk about that. The movie itself. You've each seen it once, right?
Seen it once.
Yes.
Once. Yes.
Yep.
There you go. And Steve, would you like to go first?
Okay, go on then. Yeah, but then I bring it down. You guys are going to
no, and that's why we bring it right back up. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Steve, you.
Yeah, it was okay. So context first, then super quick. So I never read the comics, not because I didn't like him, just because I was always Marvel, always Spider-Man growing up. So I don't think I've ever read a Superman comic. I've seen all the movies, including the less than brilliant Quest for Peace, Superman 4. So I've seen all the films, and so that's where my knowledge comes from, and my frame of reference for Superman is from the movies. I've never seen Smallville or anything like that. It's literally just the films. I went along to the cinema. I saw it, and I had read some mixed reviews, and I thought, no, I'm going to just go in like an idiot. I found myself having booked a closed caption version. And I found that very distracting. I've got no problem with subtitles in a subtitled movie, but when it's closed captions, that was a bit irritating, I have to say. My fault, not the theaters. But anyway, so, crypto barks. What?
Yeah.
It's just, for God's sake, it says literally at one point, stirring music plays.
Yeah.
God, bloody hell, right. Anyway, maybe that had something to do with it. So there were some bits in it, as I said to you, DJ, in my text. There are some bits in it that are great. There are some bits in it that are less great. And then there are a couple of bits that I genuinely found troubling in this film. We're not going to spoil this because, it's obviously only just come out. But as I say, I did enjoy it overall. I will definitely buy the disc. I won't be going back to the cinema to see it again. I'll happily wait for disc. But I will pick up the 4K disc, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. Some of the very cool stuff. Crypto is fantastic. This is all in the trailer. Crypto the dog is great, and all the stuff with him is very funny. Little bit, just turns up when they need him, if you know what I mean. He just disappears for vast sections of the movie and just rocks up when they need a laugh. But he is good. And so I thought that was good. Some of the action's very, very good. That's all good. The less great stuff, some of the villain motivation just was lost on me completely. I just couldn't figure out what was going on really in terms of all that. So I struggled a bit with that. And I don't think the writing personally is on a par with the Superman the movie, or indeed even Man of Steel. I think there are some soliloquies in that, some monologues, if you will, that are beautiful in both of those films that I think are missing in this. And
there's one in here that I loved.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The conversation he has with Lois and their dynamic, I thought was great. No, spoiler free. I think their dynamic is great. Bringing a level to both those characters I don't think that we've ever seen before, and it's not even something that you could ever go, that's not in the comics. It's just it's a relationship and how that works, but it also plays to the character of Clark Kent, right? Not the character in the movie, but I mean the character of the man, right? And like it's almost like a speech he gives to her. And it's like, this is what I do. This is who I am. It's awesome. And I thought that was great. And when it is, I know the stuff you've talked about, we talked about it before the show, but it's like, when you look at a few of the things, then yes, I agree with you. But when you the more I think about like the stuff we talked about, when you put it all together, then I think to me, it makes more sense. It's like, if you look at anything in a bubble, that's what's going to happen, which maybe that's what they meant. Maybe that's what because if you look at any one thing as a bubble and you think that's awful, well, yeah, in a bubble, but look at the overall picture. It's man, I could go on.
I would. Like I said in the text, and we could have done a whole show on this. So those are the those that were not so great for me.
But I had to tell everybody I saw Hard to Hold. So priorities, everybody.
Hell's yeah. And then, as I said, and then the troubling things again, without any spoilers, there are a couple of characters that have only ever been altruistic in all the movies. In this, for some reason that I'm troubled by, that doesn't happen, and I have my concerns about that again, which we talked about off air. And then again, I don't like how a particular female character is treated in this, which again I find troubling. I think that's unnecessary. But like I said, overall, I did enjoy it. There's enough good in here to outweigh the less good, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again on disc. So it's done its job, which is as we talk about, it's the trailer for the home experience. And so it's done its job because I'll pick it up day one and we'll actively look forward to it. But can I say one thing I did just looking at that poster? I did like the fact that when we do get Superman on screen, you get it with the trails, the contrails from Superman the movie. That I did like. I thought that was a lovely little motif. Very cool.
Yeah, the end credits that they did, and it's like it looked like I thought there were quite a few things in this that were like an homage to the Christopher Reeve story.
So overall, good.
Yeah.
John, what did you make of it?
So yeah, I think as usual, I'm gonna pop right in between both of you guys. I again will preface it by saying I really enjoyed the film as well, and there are lots of things about it that I really, really liked. I did have a few quibbles though. One of them, not so much a spoiler, so I will say it. I didn't love the portrayal of the Kents in this film, Jonathan and Martha. I thought they were a little too bumbling and I don't know, not quite what we've come to expect from them.
Yes.
And then the second much larger problem I had is the same one that Steve has. And though we have not talked about it, I know that we are thinking exactly the same with those two particular characters, which opens up a lot of problems in the entire Superman origin for me, because there are things that happen in Superman's upbringing that would not have happened in this world based on that plot line that is a major spoiler. So I'm not going to talk about it unless we do something spoilery later on. And then overall, I think this is a great DC Comics movie. I don't think it's a great Superman movie because they seem to, again, and I'm going to liken this back to Batman versus Superman, feel like Superman isn't a character that can hold his own film. Like, I liked the supporting superhero characters in the world, but I think they took a little too much screen time away from Superman and also from some of the supporting characters that should have gotten more. The Daily Planet characters that should have gotten more of a front and center in this film that took more of a backseat because we were spending time with Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl. And I like all of them in the world. But again, this is a Superman film, right? And I feel like, I don't know, he should have been a little bit more front and center in his own movie. But I think David Corenswet is a fantastic Superman. Rachel Brosnahan was great as Lois. Everybody was pitch perfect. Even the guy, even Nathan Fillion.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know the name of the actor that played Mr. Terrific. He kind of stole every scene that he was in.
He was awesome.
He was really, really good. And I would love to see more of him, just not in Superman 2. But again, at the end of the day, super fun movie. I will see this again in theaters if I'm able to get there, and I will pick up the disc or the Kaleidescape or whatever is happening when I'm able to. But yeah, and as far as this isn't really the first James Gunn chapter of the DCU because we've had. We had Suicide Squad, we had Peacemaker, we've had Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
But this is the first really major entry into the James Gunn DC
Well, since
universe.
It's been his universe.
Right.
Since they gave him the universe. The other ones where he was just doing, and now they've handed the reins to him. So they're like, okay, these are coming with me. Right. And now here's the first presentation that he's legitimately starting with.
In the first, and obviously this is the big budget. And again, this is doing very well. So it is a win for Warner Brothers and for DC. And, James Gunn is known for bringing the unknown Z-level characters in and doing them justice, which is what we did with all of these characters. Guy Gardner is the third or fourth tier Green Lantern. Mr. Terrific is not an A-list character. Metamorpho is not an A-list character. and he likes to bring these, same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. He likes to bring these characters in. And like I said, they were fun, but I don't know that they should have been front and center in this first Superman movie. So
was I the only one who I couldn't help myself talking about the Kents when she says, and I'm Martha, before I could stop myself, my head went, why did you say that name?
Yeah, don't say that name.
Yeah.
It was in my head before I could stop.
I said that I've had, what I said, John Mensor said the same thing. I was the same way after that. I was like, I saw it with Joe and we're walking out and I'm like, what the? And he's like, I didn't think it was that bad. It was awful.
And
those people, the poor people.
Again, and speaking of casting, Nicholas Hoult, like you may not have loved the motivations, I guess, of Lex Luthor, but he was pitch perfect.
He was awesome.
He was awesome. One of the best interpretations of Lex that we've ever had. I think I was skeptical because I like Nicholas Hoult, but I was a bit skeptical of him being Lex.
Well, that's another part that I thought
he proved me wrong. Like he was great. So
there's an undertone of his motivation in this one that is similar to the original Superman, to the Superman. Christopher Reeve.
I had no problem with his portrayal. It's the motive, the rationale. What does he want? Was kind of just kind of silly, and I was like, well, and so I struggled with that. And also again, I know we're going to spoil it, but the mechanics of what he's doing to Superman, I just thought was just ridiculous, and I never got behind 34B 1A
right.
what.
Yeah,
and that I just thought was dumb. And again, I was hoping maybe that's in the comics, and it's just me. But I thought that was really stupid.
I don't think that's in the I think that was just a homage to like kids today, video games.
Well, it's a video game thing.
That's what it was.
I didn't mind. Like
I didn't either.
Thought it was actually not too bad because again, if you were training, I mean, again, we don't want to give away too many spoilers, but if you're training to beat questions than answers. If you're training to beat Superman, you're going to study all his moves and you're going to teach the counter moves, right?
Right.
You would think though that the person being taught would just keep this stuff in his head and not have to have it all, left foot blue, right foot red.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But it is similar to what I felt like it was similar to what Jarvis does for Iron. Right. So my idea of like you're saying, John, I wanted to just comment on the idea of like Superman not being able to hold his own movie. The two characters from Marvel and DC that can't hold their own movie are Superman and Captain America because they're one-dimensional. They're just all good. Right? It's just that's the downfall of the character itself, and there's no dynamic there. Right? There's no like, oh, the good in him, but the bad in him. So when you do that, the writer, Carl, you could speak to this in the chat if you're still in there. The writers are having a hard time. Like, how do you how do you make somebody interesting? What makes him interesting is that he stands above and out from everybody else. If everybody else isn't there, he's just him. And it's not as exciting.
Thousands of comic book issues tackling that same question. Right. And yes, comics they're like these movies and they have other characters that pop in all the time. And you would frequently see Guy Gardner or Mr. Terrific in a Superman comic. But out of those thousands, there's giant chunks of them where he's the only character in his own book. And they do tackle those because again, it's always right. How do you make this character interesting? That's all good, that, all powerful, all good.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make that interesting? But I think what they did here was good because, you're taking a character that's all good and he's only thinking about saving lives and doing the right thing and injecting himself into geopolitical situations and ideologies. Yeah. And I think that's how you make it interesting. And you don't need any other characters for that.
Well, the idea of like what we were talking about before, it's that what Steve and we were talking before the show in that everything you just said, John, is like, and we're talking about Superman being all good. And it's like, how do you write that? How do you do that? And what did they show in this movie? They created more elaborate flaws in the other characters to make them interesting. Like, there's an answer on why the parents are that way right now. Both sets. They created a more dynamic set, be like, we're going to make this one this way and this one this way, where now we've seen all the other versions. We've seen all the others. We have, Christopher Reeve as Superman, where it's all him. That's the movie. Now let's see what we can do here. Right. So it creates a more dynamic version. And what makes us interesting here, is this the message of the movie? What makes us interesting is our flaws. Right. Because like we say it all the time on the show about ourselves, like if we all agree on something, it's a boring show.
Right.
But what makes it interesting is when we do argue and it's like John and I fight or we do something. That's what makes stuff entertaining and fun. It's the flaws that you see in people. And in this day and age, people are getting mad on social media because everybody's got flaws. Right. Like, that guy's this. Well, that's what makes everything interesting. So, I mean, I don't know if that's what James Gunn meant by this, but again, like Steve and I were saying earlier, it's like, it is what you take out of it. And maybe that's, that's part of it.
Well, it's art, isn't it? You only ever,
you
only ever come to art with what you bring to it.
Yep.
But it's, I like I said, I think it's, I don't get the impression Gunn is trying to make this very thematic. I think he is genuinely producing popcorn entertainment with very little below the line subtext. I think I might be wrong, but I get that impression. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you do then if you leave that gap, then others will infer their own subtext, which I have done. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing it again. But like I said, I won't go to theaters. There's too much coming out. I mean, Roll On, Fantastic Four. That's that's coming. So that'll be, my next one. Whereas this one, very good. Can't wait to pick it up. Home theater wise, should be awesome because there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
It should really, and again, Warner's have produced some great discs. So, one of the discs of the year, hopefully, really should be based on what's going on. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Let me talk about that a little bit, since I saw it in two different theaters. So I saw it in Millbury, and that's the, Showcase Cinema X Plus with, Dolby Atmos, and they do have the Barco laser projector that they've had that I've talked about on the show before. Beautiful presentation. They have their presentation. They have a huge wide screen. This movie is shot in, it looks like 1.78. It's, basically shot in the taller IMAX type format. So on that large screen, you're bringing it in. So they didn't bring in the curtains. So it was cropped on the sides. You had the bars. And as I was telling Steve before the show, I was getting scared because all the trailers before the movie were literally like in the middle of the screen. Like you had bars around all four sides. And I was getting nervous, and I was like, that if this is like this, I'm walking out. If they haven't formatted this to the screen correctly, I'm going to be mad. And it obviously it played out, and it looked beautiful. I also saw it at Regal Cinemas in there. I think it's called RPX. And they didn't say they had Atmos, but their cinema, this one's in Bellingham. I saw that one with Joe. Better bass than Showcases. And it was punchy. It was really good. And their screen is like a 16:9 screen. So you're sitting there. It's the seating isn't as plush. It's not as nice. The Showcase X Plus has got the full power recliners. There's a wall behind you for every row. So you can't see people behind you. You can't see people in front of you. It's a small wall, and then the next row is down below. So you can't see anything. And if people talk, those walls will block that sound in any row. And Joe and I noticed it in Bellingham that it isn't like that. It's like a regular theater. So like the seats open and people are talking and you can hear them. And that can be aggravating. I never even thought of it that way until I've done these two so close together. But the larger screen, it looked awesome. I mean, it was again, a beautiful presentation there. I didn't think their surround sound was as good. The surround envelopment was as good as X Plus, but their bass was better. It was way more dynamic than X Plus. We're going to get it all at home. Right. I think we're going to get the bass, the surround, the swooshes, you know, crypto jumping around your room. It's like, I mean, I think this is going to be up there pretty close for, you know, theater,
should be,
you know, of the year. But yeah, so good. So much fun.
If we were talking, I think before the show, I don't think we mentioned it on the show about Kevin Smith has done a deep dive review of it as well. It's like about an hour and a half long of just him talking, and he's seen it twice, and he took notes the second time. And he talks about the you know, the where again, no spoilers, but where Superman is talking about what sort of dog Crypto is, and you know, and how he's feeling. And as he's doing that, Kevin Smith just bursts into tears.
Oh yeah.
And you can see why, you know. And again, I was thinking of you there, DJ, in terms of, you know, the dog thing. You just, you know, again, you know, it's not even a very good dog, but
so great. Yeah,
so that's kind of a sweet thing.
Kind of the end scene. That one I thought was really good, where it's like, no boundaries. No.
Yeah.
So good.
That's why.
Good.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I mean, of course, we can't even talk about that at all because that's But although Bode's interesting choices there as well, I would say, for what we know is coming next. So yeah, interesting. But there we go. Yeah, I'll roll on it. I mean, you know, I'd be very happy if they said this was coming out on disc tomorrow. I'd be very, very happy. But when do we think? What are we on? July, August, September, October?
Yeah,
probably mid.
I won't even have a theater
then. Kaleidescape. Not for Kaleidescape.
I won't even have a theater by then.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to be seeing this in a home theater for a long time.
A month maybe.
Yeah. So Kaleidescape, in sort of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then October for us lesser mortals.
Yeah. Yep.
So there we go. But very good. It is good. And as I said, I just bump into some of the choices made, and I'll just ignore that next time around.
There you go. What else? Was there something else that we wanted to touch on? I can't remember.
No, I mean, I can keep my stuff for next week, as I said, and
we have plenty
of one of my home theater experiences of the year that I had earlier today that I shall be definitely talking about next week. I mean, and I have a little chat to you off air in a minute, guys, to whet your appetites. So very cool, very cool.
I'm gonna try to take that one as well. See if I can grab it. But yeah, so there's a little tease for next week. A little tease, like any week we don't have something that I can't wait to talk about.
Not true.
Exactly. So,
all right.
Yeah, we don't have anything in theater this week. Anything big, do we? Next week is Fantastic Four. Yeah. So we got a week off, right? Because this is like 3 weeks in a row we've done in theater stuff.
It's funny now how it's all
good time of year.
Close together. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But after Fantastic Four, it goes quiet then for a bit, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
And then it'll pick up again where we're getting all this stuff at home. Starting around the end of August into September, October, and we're like, I can't wait to. This is dropping here. So
because then we get Badlands, Predator Badlands in theaters, and something else is out the same day. It's big.
There's some other stuff coming that I didn't think was going to be fun, but it looks good. I saw a trailer for something. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that was coming. It looked really good. I can't remember what it was, but I remember thinking that. So
there's lots coming. Yep.
All right, let's get out of here. We did our almost 2 hour show anyways, even though we started late, but thanks to everybody in the chat for hanging out and chatting while we got ourselves ready over here. And if you're not familiar with what the green room is, check out it's in the chat right now. I put the link into the chat. If you listen to the audio only, I'll make sure to put the link to the green room, and I'll put it on every show from here on forward. So we'll get that going again, get some chat going in the green room over there at avnirvana.com. Todd's going to be so mad at me. Yeah. Can you access this? Give this person access? I'm busy. No, he never says that. He just doesn't talk to me.
Because he's too busy.
He's too busy, right? He knows once he gets on the phone with me, he's like, nope, I can't talk to H. What are you doing? I don't know, but I'm doing something. So. All right. That'll do it for this week. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thanks for the patrons. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I need that Patreon money right now. I haven't transferred it. My bank account's running low because I got to pay for all this stuff. But really appreciate all the support. We will be getting back to more shows. I'm hoping Carl will get him back in. I've talked to a few other people, guests we're going to have back in. I just got to get the time to sit down and talk to these people. Not that I don't want to. So yeah, everybody, thanks for everything. We'll be back next week. Until then, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred. This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.